Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I'm discussing how PlayStation is once again deciding not to join E3. Now, a lot of people are hearing this news and they're worrying about many different things, such as, what does this mean for E3? What does this mean for the PlayStation 5? Is Sony in trouble? Now, there are lots of different aspects to these concerns, and I'm going to go ahead and dissect them right now. So, is there's something wrong with Sony? Now, Sony is a company that has honestly not been doing great in a lot of their departments, and I'm sure they're looking into different ways that they can save money, and not going to E3 is definitely a huge way to save money. Even though the PlayStation brand is doing phenomenal, they're consistently beating out their competition, selling lots of games. They're doing great. They're making a lot of profit on the PlayStation side of things. But the TVs, their cameras, everything else, from what I've seen, has been struggling. Somebody will correct me in the comments, I'm sure. But do I think that Sony is skipping E3 because they want to save money? Just because? I think it's mostly out of arrogance, honestly. I think it's because we've seen a lot of arrogance this generation with Sony. They have been kings of the castle this whole generation. They've been selling really well. They've been doing amazing, but they took forever for cross-platform play when Nintendo and Microsoft were on board. They were locking people's Fortnite accounts to the PlayStation and refusing to even think about cross-platform play. I mean, they finally just got, what was it, Minecraft cross-platform play? How long did that take? That's ridiculous. They're so behind on all of these different pro-consumer things because they just don't care. Because they don't have to. Because they're selling so well. That's why we're seeing a shift in Microsoft this generation. Microsoft last generation was not consumer friendly. They were the ones shooting down cross-platform play. But now that they're struggling, oh, they're helping us out. They're such a great company. No, they have to do it because they are losing the generation big time. When it comes to E3, what is going on with E3? Is this going to affect E3? Is E3 going to die? I don't see E3 dying anytime soon. It is interesting seeing that two of the three big companies are no longer doing press conferences at E3 anymore. Nintendo still has a huge presence on the show floor, but they are not giving those big keynote speeches. They have Nintendo Directs, and honestly, I prefer the Nintendo Directs. They're wonderful. They're great. They're well shot, well edited. They're great. I like them a lot, and they've done a great job. PlayStation does not do a good job with their PlayStation Directs or whatever the hell they call them. They're awful every single time. They're not entertaining. The way they put them together just feels awkward. Usually the announcements aren't very good. There's a lot of different things that they do not know how to do yet when it comes to digital presentation. Because they did a great job at E3. I mean, the last time they did it, they had a bunch of people play instruments, and that was a bit questionable. They wasted a lot of time on things that people didn't care about. But overall, they know how to put together a live presentation, and I really do miss the spectacle of that. But overall, and I missed seeing the stuff on the show floor, too. The fact that they weren't on the show floor anymore, I mean, that's a big chunk of the show floor missing. I mean, they used to have this giant area for virtual reality with the PSVR. They had all these giant exhibits, and it was really cool. It was cool to see. And it's sad that all that's gone now. It's just Nintendo and Xbox, and I don't even know what else is on the main floor anymore. I haven't been to E3 in years. But to me, it seems like E3 in the future might not exist, but I don't think it's going to happen right away. And honestly, if E3 didn't exist anymore, I would be sad because it's one of the most exciting times of the year for people that enjoy video games. It's the video game Super Bowl is what I've always called it, and I'm sure a billion other people have as well, and that's because it is. And there's just so many exciting announcements, and you get to see new stuff, and yeah, a lot of it is kind of cringy nowadays, and a lot of it's just bullshit. But honestly, I don't mind the cringe, and most of us can see through the bullshit at this point. So, and plus, with the bullshit, I mean, it's fun to take that old E3 trailer and then actually compare it to the real gameplay. So honestly, I'm fine with the bullshit too. It's all around, to me, a fun experience. You get to wait for all of the montages to come out on YouTube of the cringiest moments, of the weirdest moments, of the best moments, of all these different things. So it's like the content creates more content, and it's just an all-around exciting time. I really do like the live press conference. I love Devolver Digital. There's so many great things about E3, but it also does kind of suck that it's run by the ESA, and they're a bunch of idiots. People asking if this is going to affect the PS5 is kind of a strange question to me. Like, why would this affect the PlayStation 5? The only thing it could really affect is the sales. I just don't get why they aren't attending this year to show off their new system. If they didn't come every year except for the systems that they were, or except for the years that they were going to be displaying a new system that was coming out that year, that would make sense. But the 1 year that they're coming out with a new console, I mean, it's not like they come out with a new console every year. This is a giant new thing, and Sony has they expressly said, we want as many people that are on the PlayStation 4 to get on the PlayStation 5 as quickly as possible. They're making it sound like the price point is going to be $400. It's got backwards compatibility. I don't know about the controllers yet, but those are probably going to be backwards compatible as well. There are all these different things that they're doing that are trying to entice people to get this new system. And by missing E3, I'm just left wondering, what are you doing? What the hell do you think you're doing? Because unless they have their own big PlayStation event, which they do have a PlayStation event, but it needs to be massive for something as big as a console reveal. Because we've seen time and time again that the E3 reveal, it makes or breaks your console. Xbox One died the E3 it was presented because no used game and always online. Both of these things were very anti-consumer, and they were awful. And their response to people being upset about these things was even worse. Yeah, maybe if you don't have online, you should just stick with the 360. Wow, what a great way to sell your new consoles, to tell people to stay with the old one and not buy your new one. Good job, idiots. So when you don't go to E3, I don't know, that speaks volumes about your system almost. Like, you don't think it's worth paying the money to go to this press conference? You know, it's not worth having this big grandiose thing for your console reveal. We don't even know what this thing looks like yet. We've just seen the weird developer models. I mean, I'd be fine with owning the developer model. It looks kind of cool in my opinion, but I don't know, guys. To me, seems like a stupid decision, especially because I gotta say, their digital events suck. They're terrible. They're not interesting. The way they put them together is just awful. I don't know, guys. To me, it seems like a big misstep, a big missed opportunity. I'm sure they're thinking to themselves, it doesn't matter what we do, it's going to sell well regardless, especially because Xbox just keeps stepping on their own toes and making stupid decisions, which they are. And I've already made videos about it quite a few times because they just keep announcing things that are baffling. I mean, the fact that this new console looks like it's going to be like $600. I mean, that's insane to me. I don't know. It seems like they're just letting Xbox sell the PlayStation 5 for them, and they're hoping that Microsoft is just going to make some sort of big mistake again, and they can easily just make a quick video and throw it on YouTube and go, well, we're not doing whatever they said they're doing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Sony missing E3 again. It kind of bums me out. It was one of the top press conferences I look forward to. Now it seems like most of the press conferences I look forward to are either because they're parodies of press conferences in general with Devolver, or they're an absolute cringe fest like Ubisoft. And Bethesda at this point is a cringe fest as well. So it's kind of sad that most of E3 I just kind of enjoy ironically and just to make fun of. Like the video if you guys like it, subscribe for more content, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.